Welcome in 2025 Kentucky Oaks. Tim, we've waited a long time for this weekend. It's finally here as the horses are making their way to the gate. Number 11, Good Cheer, is your 7-5 favorite. It had a big rainstorm about an hour leading up to this race. So the track is listed as sloppy. I think that's a story that you want to pay attention to. Simply Joking is a horse we talked about bumping up possibly. Is Good Cheer deserving favorite at 7-5?
I think so, but I think especially with the wet track, I mean, it's not such a favorite that it's a single. So I'm going to try to beat her in here. I definitely want to include her underneath, but I'm going to a horse that I've loved from the beginning of the preps and coming in, and that's a horse breaking from the far outside, the 14 Quiet Side for John Ortiz, getting his cousin Jose up the ride.
Yeah, and as they're starting to make their way to the gate, so much excitement. You can see the huge crowd there at Churchill Downs. I agree with you on Quiet Side. Number 9 is the Bob Baffert trained Tenma, who comes in from the West Coast off of 3 wins in a row. Take Charge Milady comes in off the second place in the Ashland. She's number 10. And they're making their way into the gate. We want to see the clean break. The other question, Tim, is the mile and the eighth. This is the longest that the fillies will have gone. So who can get the distance is another thing that you're looking for watching this race.
Yeah, and one I like off of that angle is Take Charge Milady. If I'm looking at the Ashland, and a lot of people are on Lacara in here based on her performance in there, but if you look at the end, and that was a mile and a 16th, and now we're going a mile and an eighth, Take Charge Milady had a little trouble early and was the one that really at the wire was making up the most ground and should like to move forward here. So I like her underneath for sure, and she's getting a decent price. So we'll see if we can get her underneath. And we're off.
We're off. It's a clean break for all, which is nice to see. Tenma there, the number 9, is going to get out. Number 7, Lacara, a horse that's going to be on the front end as expected. In all of her victories, she's gone right to the front. We'll see what they put up for first quarter here as they make it to the first turn. It's Tenma and Lacara, and as promised, Quiet Sides on the outside, sitting off the pace, and Good Cheer behind Quiet Side. Anything jump out to you yet, Tim? They go 22-2 to the first quarter.
No, I mean, they're moving at a pretty good pace, but the horses are exactly what we anticipated. I thought Simply Joking might be a little further towards the front there, but I love where Quiet Side is right now with her ability to kind of close up a little bit.
Lacara with Dylan Davis aboard, trained by Mark Cassie. And here's the 12, a horse, Anna's Promise. Big Shot, Junior Alvarado, who'll be riding Sovereignty tomorrow. The 3 of them are at the front. Here comes Quiet Side on the outside, starting to make a move, Tim.
Let's go, Jose. Jose has been riding really well. He's carried over his success at Keeneland into the early days here at Churchill, but they're still moving pretty well. 46-3 to the half right there. And as we hit the top of the stretch,
we're gonna have a duel here.
About 5 wide, but I like where she's at in the middle. Anna's Promise there, trying to find room as well.
Here comes Good Cheer.
Tenma right there as well, but there's Good Cheer. Good Cheer just kind of blew by everybody, and she is going to be much the best.
Good Cheer puts them away. Here's a bomb.
What a filly.
With Drexel.
And the 4 is going to come from last to second. And then you get the 13, Bless the Broken, one that I know Caitlin Free was talking about right before the race. I think she liked that one a little bit, but get some price horses underneath Drexel Hill. Ben Curtis and you and I were talking about right before the race as the post parade was going on and before we came on the air. I talked about how I really liked Ben Curtis as a rider and how well he's been riding at both Keeneland and Churchill so far.
Good Cheer showed another gear there coming down the stretch, and really a little bit of reminiscent of Torpedo Anna, at least visually watching this race, as really wasn't threatened at all. I know you had some horses coming late, but this was never in question. Good Cheer will now certainly be the filly to watch for this year. Don't know if she's going to be as good as Torpedo Anna, but can't argue with anything she's done so far, right, Tim?
No, and look, you get 6-5, but if you're playing verticals and you went into win a little deep here with some of the higher odds horses, you're getting 6-5, over 32-1, over 17-1. So exacta and trifecta should pay pretty well here.
Yeah, so that makes Good Cheer a 7 for 7. She's won races by 8 lengths, 17 lengths, 4 lengths, 2 lengths, 6 lengths, 3 lengths. She's clearly the head of the class here in the filly division for 2025. As she puts away, she's trained by Brad Cox, jockey Louis Saez. Medagliador is the sire out of a Street Sense dam. She looks good, and she was the real deal here in the Kentucky Oaks. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned. We'll have more coverage for our Kentucky Derby, the big one tomorrow. He's Riders Up. Tim, I'm Colin Sheehan. Until next time, good luck, everybody.